I'm going to read a little bit from an illustrated guide to garden flowers. I've had a little bit of a sore throat for a bit, so I hope my voice doesn't crack too much while I read. I have my tea with honey, so the first one here says Brassica oleracea acifala, ornamental cabbage. Sow in mid-spring, ordinary but not too acid soil, moist, not too shady position. Grown with great panache by the Victorians, today's cultivars vary in size, shape, and color, and can be safely planted with other annuals to add interest. Of the Brassica cabbage family, the two main types are the open Savoy cabbages and the somewhat taller kales. Colors range from pure white to pale yellow, pink, purple, and light red. Use the Savoy types near the front of a border, and the kales towards the center or back. The latter can be effective spot plants. Sow seed thinly in drills in early spring. Cover the seed to a depth of 2 centimeters when they are large enough to plant with seedlings into permanent positions. Spacing will depend on the cultivar, so read the growing instructions on the seed packet carefully. Remember that all brassicas are prone to various pests and diseases, but in particular pigeons, which can decimate them. Take care. Spray against caterpillars in early summer. The second one is Calandrinia umbellata, rock purslane. Sow in spring, light sandy soil, full sun, but sheltered site. This dwarf plant, grown as an annual in milder areas or as a biennial elsewhere, is best suited to a sunny, sheltered spot in the garden, as it grows to only 15 centimeters. Put it in small pockets on the rock garden or at the front of a border. The crimson to purple flowers, 2 centimeters across, are bowl-shaped and open from early summer onwards. Mats of short stems carry linear gray-green leaves. For annual propagation, sow seed under glass in spring in any good seed-growing medium. Keep in a temperature of 16 degrees Celsius or 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Prick out in the usual way and grow on at a temperature of 10 to 16 degrees Celsius or 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Harden off and plant out in late spring at 23 to 30 centimeters, 9 to 12 inches intervals. As a biennial, sow the seed during early summer where the plants are to flower the following year. Thin out the seedlings before the end of the summer, and complete final spacing the following spring. Take care. Do not overwater. The next one is pot marigold. Sow in early spring or autumn. There's 2 pot marigolds. So this one says Calendula officinalis fiesta gitana. Sow in early spring or autumn, ordinary free draining soil, sunny spot. The newer marigolds, in particular Fiesta gitana, have large double flowers up to 10 centimeters, 4 inches across. Cream, yellow, gold, or orange flowers are formed on compact plants, 30 centimeters, 12 inches high. Stems bear light green leaves, which are long and narrow, and these set off the bright blooms admirably. Apart from their usefulness in the annual border, preferably towards the front, try them in window boxes and other containers. They thrive on poor soil. Use them in conditions where other plants may not survive, but make sure such soils are free draining. Sow the seeds where they are to flower in early spring, lightly covering them with soil. Thin out subsequent seedlings to 15 centimeters, 6 inches apart. Alternatively, sow seed in the usual way during the autumn. Such sowings will provide earlier flowers on stronger plants. At the end of each season, get rid of any unwanted self-sown seedlings. Take care. Deadhead to prolong flowering. The next one is lemon gem, pot marigold. Sow in early spring or autumn. Ordinary free draining soil. Sunny spot. The very reliable calendulas never cease to delight, or gold shades. The beautiful yellow, orange, or gold shades of the flowers are a cheerful sight throughout the season. Lemon gem has a striking double yellow flowers that are formed on compact plants, 30 centimeters to 12 inches high. The long light green leaves are a perfect foil for the bright flowers. Very free flowering and highly pungent, they can be used almost anywhere in the garden. As this is a hardy annual, seeds can be sown where they are to flower during the autumn or early spring. Take out shallow drills, then lightly cover the seed. Thin out to 15 centimeters or 6 inches apart. Alternatively, they can be raised under glass to give uniformity for the formal planting areas. Raised during early spring in a frost-free temperature. Autumn sown plants will be stronger and flower earlier. Take care. Deadhead to prolong flowering. Next is Melody Dark Rose, China Aster. Sow in early spring, ordinary well-drained soil, sunny and open site. China asters are useful plants for the bed or border, or in containers including window boxes. Recent developments have led to a number of useful additions of the dwarf bedding types, and the cultivar Milady Dark Rose is recommended. The rose-colored double flowers are borne above the dark green foliage. Plants are about 23 centimeters or 9 inches high, making them ideal bedding plants, especially in areas where wind may cause damage to taller types. Asters can be affected by various wilt disorders, so avoid planting them in the same spot more than once. Sow seed under glass in early spring at a temperature of 16 degrees Celsius or 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Use any good growing medium for this purpose, and the subsequent breaking out of the box into boxes. Harden them off in the usual way and plant out into flowering positions in early summer, 15 centimeters or 16 inches apart. Take care. Avoid overwatering at any stage. The next one is Milady Mixed, China Aster. Sow in early spring, any soil, but well drained, sunny and open position. A half-hardy annual, the aster is useful for almost any purpose. Many forms have been developed, from 15 centimeters high to 75 centimeters. A wide range of colors is available, and the shape of the flowers can be just as varied. From button types to large chrysanthemum forms. As a moderate choice, try the Lady mixture. The blooms are slightly incurving and weather resistant. Stems are 25 centimeters high, and the double flowers are in shades of blue, rose, rose red, and white. They are ideal as bedding plants or as drifts in the annual border. Early flowering plants should be raised under glass in a temperature of 16 degrees Celsius during early spring. Sow the seeds in pots or boxes of any good soil-based growing medium. Prick out into boxes, harden off in the usual way, and plant out into final positions, 15 centimeters, 6 inches apart, in the late spring or early summer. Take care. Deadhead to prolong flowering. Then there's the ostrich plume mix, annual aster. Sow in early spring, any well-drained soil, sunny and open location. Probably the best of double strains, the ostrich plume types are earlier flowering than most. The lovely flowers are formed on branching strong stems up to 45 centimeters high. Each individual bloom is elegantly plumed and can be 10 to 15 centimeters in diameter. The violet, pink, red, crimson, lavender blue, or white flowers are fairly weather resistant, but remove damaged or dead blooms. Very popular as cut flowers for the house because of their long-lasting qualities. They are also quite at home as bedding plants in a formal bed. Raise from seed in early spring under glass in a temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. Use any good growing medium. Prick off the seedlings in the usual way. Harden off and plant out in flowering positions in early summer at 23 centimeter intervals. Take care. Try not to soak the open flowers when watering. Single mixed, annual aster. Sow in early spring, any well-drained soil, sunny and open situation. Remarkable for their long-lasting qualities in the garden or when cut for floral decoration. These flowers are worth a place in any garden. Petals of the single large daisy-like flowers are carried in 2 or 3 rows in shades of pink, red, mauve, blue, or purple. The long branching stems can be up to 60 centimeters. Leaves are coarsely toothed, ovate in shape, and a good green. Although relatively tall, the strong stem should not require support. Keep removing dead flowers so that further buds can develop into new blooms. Sow seed of this half-hardy annual in spring under glass in a temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. Use any good growing medium. Prick out in the usual way and harden off. Plant out into flowering positions in early summer, 23 centimeters or 9 inches apart. Take care. To avoid various aster wilts, use a fresh growing site each year. Campanula medium, Canterbury bell. Sow in early summer, rich and fertile soil, sunny location on or partial shade. This is a biennial of very great merit. If you can afford the space and time to wait, it is worthy of a place in any garden. Flowering in late spring to midsummer, from the previous year's sowing, the upturned bell-shaped flowers are produced in profusion on sturdy plants up to 90 centimeters 3 feet in height. The contrasting foliage is fairly long, wavy-edged, hairy, and a striking green that sets off the blue, pink, white, or violet flowers. Sow seed in boxes in early summer. Prick off the seedlings into individual pots. Grow on until the autumn, and then plant out into permanent positions. Give at least 30 centimeters, 12-inch space around each plant. Alternatively, keep plants growing in pots through the winter and plant out in spring. This species is very successful in partial shade, but ideally suited to a sunny position. Take care. Watch for slug damage in winter. The next one is coxcomb, Celosia argentea cristata. Sow in early spring. Oh, it looks like this, by the way. Sow in early spring. Rich and well-drained soil. Sunny but sheltered position. As the common name implies, the flowers are unusual in being crested in shape. Colors are red, orange, yellow, or pink. Stems are up to 30 centimeters, 12 inches in height, and carry light green ovate leaves. These plants can be successfully grown outdoors in the summer. Flowers are at their best from early summer onwards, with crests 7 to 13 centimeters across. This tender annual requires heat for good germination. Sow under glass in early spring at a temperature of 16 to 18 degrees Celsius. Use a reliable seed growing medium. Prick off seedlings into individual small pots for better results. Harden off carefully about 2 weeks before required for planting. Should plants look a little starved in the pots, give a weak liquid feed once a week up to hardening off. Plant out into flowering positions in early summer or late spring in milder areas. Space at 30 centimeter intervals. Take care. Overwatering causes collar rot. The next one is Prince of Wales feathers, apricot brandy, Celosia argentea pyramidalis. Sow in early spring, well-drained, fertile soil, sunny, sheltered location. Outdoor cultural requirements and propagation are the same as for all Celosius. Apricot brandy was introduced for its dwarf effect. The height at most will be 40 centimeters, 16 inches. A handsome shade of apricot. The plumes are an aggregate of both central and basal side shoots. The plants may have plumes up to 50 centimeters or 20 inches across, and the light green foliage can be overwhelmed by the bloom. This cultivar makes an excellent bedding subject for formal plantings, but it is also invaluable for displays in window boxes, troughs, or containers for the patio or yard. Group together in large pots and placed near the front door to make a pleasant feature for visitors to admire. Take care. Do not overwater at any stage or plant out too early. The next one says, it's also Prince of Wales feathers, but it's pampas plume mixture. Sow in early spring, well-drained, fertile soil, sunny and sheltered spot. Pampas plume mixture is worth trying. It has an ideal color range for the average garden and includes shades of red, yellow, pink, and orange. This strain will yield plants up to 75 centimeters, 30 inches, and secondary side shoots will provide a continuing wealth of color. The feather plumes will themselves measure 10 to 20 centimeters, 4 to 8 inches. As this is a very tender annual, it will require some heat for propagation purposes. Sow seed under glass during early spring in a proprietary peat-based growing medium. Temperatures of 16 to 18 degrees Celsius, 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit should be maintained. Prick out seedlings into individual pots and grow in a warm part of the greenhouse. Harden off about 2 weeks before planting out into final positions in early summer, 30 centimeters, 12 inches apart, in a sunny position. Take care. Do not overwater at any stage. I think I'll stop there for today because my throat is kind of having a hard time right now. But so yeah, that was some of the illustrated guide to garden flowers. So I hope that helped you fall asleep a little bit. Hope my voice wasn't too hard to hear right now. I tried. Yeah, so thank you for watching my videos. And yeah, hope it helped you fall asleep a little bit.